to Beyond the Gimmick. Today, I have a special guest. I am sitting here with the creator, owner, whatever the hell you want to call it, of Botchamania. We're here with Matthew. How you doing today, man?
Great. How's yourself?
Not too bad, not too bad. You know, same old shit, different day, pretty much.
Good to hear, I think.
Yeah, oh shit, let me move that out the way. Oh, before I forget.
As soon as it starts,
yeah, yeah, I need to turn my phone down. Yeah, because I have I forget to do shit like that, man, and yeah, just fucks with people. Alrighty, though. But yeah, we're gonna talk about wrestling, talk about whatever people for like, you know, however long, 30 minutes to an hour, it depends on how shit goes. But yeah, I guess we'll just start off by talking about you, getting to know you a little bit. So,
oh god.
Oh god, yeah, I know, huh? At least we're not getting to know me, fuck. And wow, how long have you been doing this? How long now have you been doing Botchamania?
Since 2007.
Jesus. Pretty fucking long,
right.
huh? Yeah. Well, so, when did you've been a wrestling fan your whole life?
Yeah, since I was a bit little. It was weird. I got into wrestling, not via watching it on TV, because in the UK it wasn't that easy to watch WWF, if you didn't have, satellite box or anything. And it was just via my mum getting me the annuals. That was 93 and 94, so just Doink the Clown, Bam Bam Bigelow, Yokozuna, Repo Man, Giant Gonzalez. And from having no idea of what even wrestling was, I'm like, wow! Like, what the hell is this? It's like a video game come to life. And, yeah, so my mum just assumed, well, he's a lad, he's growing up, he'll probably like wrestling at some point, I guess. Yeah, cheers, mum.
That's what's up.
Yeah. Then you watch it as an adult, you're like, oh my god.
Yeah, if you...
Giant Gonzalez, because you see the pictures of him. You see the pictures of Giant Gonzalez and think, wow, he's 20 foot tall. He's got to be the best wrestler ever, right? And better on a JPEG than a fucking video.
That'd be the ultimate fantasy match on Giant Gonzalez versus the Great Khali.
Yeah, right.
Shit. But yeah, I'm definitely around then too. I'm 26, so like I definitely grew up with in the early 90s, the Attitude Era and all that shit. So yeah, fucking oh god, see, I get lost a lot of times, man. What about nowadays, man? What do you watch? You watch WWF? You watch any indie shit? Like, what exactly do you keep up with?
Oh yeah, I keep to date with WWE because I feel I have to more times than
well,
I want.
I know you got to. Yeah, well, yeah, especially with the the show going on.
Yeah, but the indies I follow PWG, which is easy because I only do one show every 2 months.
Yeah.
Chikara, Progress Wrestling down here in London. I say down here in London, it's nowhere near me at all, but like in old England. ICW in Scotland. What the fuck else?
Yeah, they've been kind of blowing up
TNA.
here lately, huh? I guess. Shit.
That's what else. And NXT.
Yeah, definitely NXT. That's pretty much where my favorite thing is right now, especially
likewise.
Especially the bigger shows, I guess you say, are the WWE type shit. So I don't even like putting NXT with WWE. It's that whole thing of once they go from NXT to WWE, they just kind of get lost in the crowd, and it's not the same. You look at what they did with fucking like Neville and everybody, definitely NXT is the shit, though.
Yeah, it's like saying I'd say it's Marvel have got their Marvel comics, but then Marvel also own DC have got their comics, and DC own the Vertigo label as well for the darker stuff. Yeah. For like Constantine and Doom Patrol and all this. It's like, wow, this stuff's great, but it is on the label of DC.
Yeah. Who's been some of your favorite wrestlers? Who is your favorite wrestler?
I don't have a favorite wrestler. If I pick a favorite wrestler, all the other wrestlers get jealous.
Okay, I mean, growing up, when you're growing up. How about that?
When I was
like
growing up,
back then.
Oh yeah, in the new generation era, it was definitely Bret Hart.
Yeah, okay, alright, yeah.
Because, you see him do his promos back, and people go, they weren't that good. But when you're a kid, he's there going, well, my opponent may be bigger than me. My opponent may be better than me. but I am not going to put up without a fight. And then all this, and he'd wrestle it, and Bret Hart had this great way of making his opponent, even if it was, the mid-90s, so it was, an evil dentist or an evil coat-stealing pirate or whatever, be a big deal. Like, Bret Hart looked like he was having the fight of his life every time he had a title shot, which is why I liked fighting Champ Cena this year. Because it felt like that. Like, I'll defend my title to show I'm the best. I'm like, wow, that's the Cena I like. I don't like this. I mean, I don't know, you sound very American. So I don't know how you view the other Cena, which is the Cena that comes out and goes, "This is America. America's a great country. I'm American. Cheer me if you're American. Yay. Yeah, that's right. USA. Fuck off, foreigners." But in the UK, it's just like, alright, okay. But when he's like, "Yeah, I say I'm the best, so come out and beat me," it's like, oh, okay, yeah. So, I can prove of that.
Yeah, I was never a big Cena fan, but yeah, throughout this past year, he definitely had me more so on his side with the U.S. title challenges and all that shit. So yeah, cause it was basically just the same old shit every time. They're like force feeding him to us, but I'm just from that different era where him and he's all about the kids and all about I fucking hate him. But then again, like I said, I've started loving him throughout this past year. That's why I was actually happy to see him come back Monday, and so because the U.S. title was meaning something at one point, then Del Rio got it back and just what the fuck, nothing. Get out.
I love John Cena saying to Del Rio, "Yeah, you beat me for the title. You've done nothing else." I'm like, yeah,
exactly.
You're exactly right.
What do you think about this whole fucking Vince McMahon storyline now? With him going to jail and shit like that.
See, they're just going through some of the classic Attitude Era moments. But they're doing it with, there was a very natural feel to the Steve Austin, Vince McMahon thing. It's like, oh, Vince McMahon's the owner promoter, he's got to calm down Steve Austin down. He's doing what he wants. You can't do this. You've got to have order. And Roman Reigns, it's, please cheer Roman. Please cheer. I'll give you £5 if you cheer Roman, please. I'll cook your dishes if you cheer Roman. It feels very forced to me. So I'm always watching Roman Reigns stuff with this distance. I'm not getting into it as a fan. I'm watching it as a critic. Because I'm saying, oh, I'm seeing what they're doing here. But I'm feeling nothing whatsoever. I'm like, okay, do this. Yeah. Because it's the most heavy-handed stuff they could do. It's almost like in emergencies, bring back Vince. So it's like, okay, the crowd's always going to boo or get over and go, oh my God, it's Vince. It's the Vince McMahon. He's 70 years old, legitimately. It's not like Jim Ross overselling things and going, my God, he's got to be 7 foot tall. It's like, he's 5'11" if he stood up. Sorry, man. It's like, no, Vince McMahon is legit 70. He's 70. So it's weird. So, I don't know if they're going to have, Roman Reigns come out with one arm tied behind his back. And then fucking Dude Love will come back and oh, they turned on him, and then we'll get Over the Edge 2016. But whatever. It's Raw's very, very, very what's the word I'm looking for? Odd. It's 3 hours long. And it always feels like nothing much happens. They need to cut it down. Definitely. It always feels like not a lot happens. 3 hours, and yet lots of stuff happens, but it's not interesting. It's weird. I would like this weird time speed thing is all messed up. I did like him saying, what did he say actually? Shit, give me a second. He goes, I remember your cousins, your nephews, your uncles. So Roman Reigns, remember, you're only one generation away from a bone through your nose. A lot of people, because it's funny, because whenever anything racial gets brought up, everyone decides to tweet me and goes, I can't believe they said this racist thing. I'm like, one, he's the bad guy. As far as I'm concerned, the bad guy can go you know what, ISIS seemed like a good idea to me. Plus, it's true. What he's saying isn't ridiculous. The word the Samoa, even as far back as 2007, they had Umaga. Umaga, who's from Samoa, doesn't speak English and just walks around with no shoes on, just shouting at people. The Samoan savage.
Yeah.
What do you think of it?
It's definitely he's definitely felt force fed to us a lot. Fucking, I've never been ever since what was it? When he won the Royal Rumble, and everybody just fucking started shitting on him then. And yeah, they try. It seemed like they was kind of going in the right point, because they kind of had to, because they Sheamus is a champion, like fuck it. So yeah, that's like kind of going the right point. Then they start doing this, and yeah, it seems like it's just like some rehash shit from the past with him going to jail and all this. Like, come on now. And then now Vince is going to be the special ref. So I'm guessing, yeah, Vince is going to get knocked down, and Roman's going to use Vince's hand to do the count. Like
yeah, right.
Yeah. It definitely seems
oh my god, yeah. JBL shot in the background. Oh, shades of Gerald Briscoe.
Yeah, fuck. Yeah.
But it was good. I liked the start of the year with Roman. Well, no, actually, I loved Royal Rumble 2015 because I did. It was fucking great. Took me about fucking 3 days to put it together and edit it afterwards. But yeah, then they started getting good with it because they had the little sit down and he was given like Brock and Roman were exchanging lines. It was like, oh, that's pretty cool. Yeah, they're extenuating his positives. Just like give him a few lines to say and then have him walk off. That's the Roman Reigns we like. We don't want this guy coming out and giving us fucking War and Peace on the mic every week and just because he doesn't sound natural. He seems to speak ghetto, even though he's like a big Samoan guy. So it's like word up, and I'm like, what? So I think maybe it's just like being incredibly biased, expecting Samoans to talk Samoan. I don't know.
Yeah, a lot of his promos definitely don't seem just too natural to or whatever. Like he definitely needs to speak as few words on the mic as possible. In his case, yeah.
But he definitely sounds like the stereotypical black guy in a Hollywood film from the mid-90s. I will get a ball in that bitch. He's just like, what are you talking about? Like, who wrote your lines? You can't. This he sounds like he's impersonating someone cool. Like, yeah, I'm gonna go on my Xbox and play games on you, you ass, or whatever. It's it's like a 12-year-old wrote.
Yeah. Like fucking. It's I don't know. Well, it just gotta play it out from here. As far as like a year-end review, I don't know. I just fucking hate WWE a lot of times nowadays. I feel like I just have to watch it because of what I do with this and YouTube and all that other shit. NXT's the shit. I fucking love NXT. Fucking yeah. I saw that tweet you just posted or retweeted from the other dude, and yeah, basically how it says all these tag teams are fucking over as shit. Then you have the New Day, pretty fucking much. Yeah.
Well, that's it. It's weird to me.
Good.
Like New Day have been great this year. They've been a breath of fresh air. Yes. I've loved it. But at the same time, you're only as good as your opponent or your feud or your series or your storyline. It almost feels like it's Saturday Night Live or some variety show where they come out, they do something, and then they leave. I say, well, yeah, that's all good a few times, but then it is a wrestling show. So at some point you have to have a team or someone to feud with and look cool. But if only New Day get their chance to shine and go, do these 10 minutes things or say that the tag teams suck, and then the other tag teams don't get the time to go, screw you, New Day, we're going to beat you up. It's just like, okay, it's the New Day show, and it becomes one. It's like when they had Kane and Daniel Bryan, his team Hell No. Great segments. Very funny, worked so good together. But they had nothing as a tag team because no one else was on the same level as them.
Yeah. Yeah, the tag team division's definitely been floundering for years, and the lack of teams on Raw. They're at because everybody starts getting hurt and shit when they do start having people. Like you had Tyson and Cesaro, then the Usos were out for 6-7 months too as a tag team because him getting his shoulder.
They keep on doing those dives over the rope that look like they fucking hurt themselves more than anything else.
Yeah, and I love that. I follow Joey Styles on Twitter, and he backs up so fucking hard that the Slammies are not rigged, right? Well, come on now. Really? You tell me that...
they're not. There's been reports that they're not allowed, as a publicly trained company, they wouldn't be allowed to do that.
Yeah, I don't know, man, but Kevin Owens not winning, New Day not winning, like...
Yeah, but it's the one time of the year when WWE goes, no, the fans voted for them. Do you think, like, they wanted, like, Sting and Brock Lesnar and people they had no intention of being on the program to be on? Nah, let's have Bo Dallas in a Santa costume.
Fucking Bo. We already know, Brock, even if, like, Brock is in town, like, his character, he shouldn't come out and accept no awards anyway. Like, fuck you, man. I don't need that shit. Exactly what he did. Paul Heyman came out there and said he doesn't, you know. I'm a big fan of Brock. Doing the whole special appearance actually makes him worth watching, too, because you don't get that nowadays. Right. That's something they used to do way back in the day with, like, people like Andre and shit. So I love that whole special appearance feeling of him.
Because Heyman said it on his on the Steve Austin podcast. He was there going, "Yeah, why do you like Christmas? Because it's once a year. If you had Christmas every single day of the week, whatever, you wouldn't be Christmas." It's like, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, exactly. That's fucking. Which I was always a fan of him back in the day too. When he first came in and was power bombing little Spike Dudley in that hardcore match that he interfered in. Like I said, I remember all this shit. And yeah, so fucking
killing the Hardys.
Yeah, fucking taking them chair shots to the face from Jeff. I mean, like, that was some shit. Goddamn. Oh no, man. Fucking, I'm definitely interested to see what they're gonna do. Like, is he gonna be in the Royal Rumble? Is he gonna fucking, cause if he's in the Royal Rumble, then fucking Brock just needs to smash everybody. Just Brock smash and throw everybody the fuck out.
Yeah, see, that would be good, but at the same time, it's like, why have Brock in the Rumble?
Yeah, they don't need to.
He's his own special attraction for WrestleMania.
Yeah. They definitely don't need to, because, that's just, because you can only go one way with that, and that's Brock killing everybody, because if you throw Brock out, then he's not the beast right now that he's supposed to be billed as, you know? So yeah, him coming back and then, like, having the title, then whoever wins the Royal Rumble, I don't know, whatever. But I want to see him back with the title. Even though he wasn't there every fucking time, and blah blah. I don't know, I liked it. Big fan of him.
Right. Likewise. See, well, I didn't really get him until like well into his run, because he appeared and he was just like, yeah, boo this guy, all right, and but it wasn't until he got really really good, and by that time he was almost gone, that I really started appreciating him.
Yeah, like when he's over there on SmackDown or whatever, and he's taking on Taker back to see him and Taker had a long history of fucking battles. It's like, I definitely enjoyed the 3 matches they had, but at the same time, I'm still, like, I want him to come and fight different people, you know, like, and like, he does fight different people, he does it on, why are you gonna waste one of his appearances on a house show that's not gonna draw nearly as much money in for you, and you're wasting all this money spending on to bring him in? Like, I don't understand that. I understand that they're trying to bring people in for the house show, right? But, you're wasting that special appearance on him, you know?
Right. But I got that was stupid this year, because we saw that there was the Madison Square Garden special. So like, oh, we'll watch that. Brock's going to be there, and we watched it on a Saturday night. So instead of going out or hanging out with people we know or trying to get our end away, we watched Brock Lesnar beat Big Show in 3 minutes. That was a great idea. Like, oh yeah, what were we doing?
I like the feel of them 2 specials they had, you know, like the Japanese one when there was, but he squashed what I think was a Kofi in that one. But like I'm talking about this other one.
Yeah, right.
I'm talking about the other one that just happened though. That wasn't recorded. He took on Del Rio, or he's about to take on Del Rio. Yeah, so like, why are you wasting that?
Yeah, I mean, at the same time, there's some venues that they say, this needs to sell out because we'll look good.
It is
about making money at the end of the day.
Likewise. Oh yeah, definitely. They could at least recorded the shit, though. Fuck. Just what they did with the other ones. And again, he's just gonna squash them. Cause I actually know he did or whatever. Yeah, and he beat up, what's the name of the stable? The Un-Americans? No, wait, damn it, that's not it.
League of Nations.
Yeah. Especially when it sees 3, it's like, man, they're kind of doing that again. Just, not the same exactly, but that's what got brought up in my mind.
That is exactly, yeah.
Yeah. Fucking they're missing a Canadian though, man. But I don't want Kevin Smith or Sami Zayn or anybody like that to go over there.
Yeah, I mean, it's weird. I like the idea of just a few of the Europeans not doing anything doing it, but then Del Rio joins. I'm like, wait, haven't you got your own thing to do? But the answer is no, he hasn't. I was like, when you're doing Mex America, like, a week ago, it's like, no, that's no longer a thing. It's like, oh, so you have nothing. No, I'm with League of Nations. It's like, oh, well, okay. Sorry.
Listen, they completely failed on that fucking thing. Like, they bring him back, make him beat Cena, fucking Super Cena, with a kick to the face, like, just, out of nowhere. Then, nothing. It's like they just flounder the chance. But, like, we don't want to see him fight Jack Swagger anyway. But they could have took that and made it fucking something a little bit better. But, it was just, again, something that was kind of forced to us. Like, why is he? Oh, come on.
Oh, yeah, I had absolutely no interest in seeing them wrestle. But I will give them their due. That was a pretty good match. The chair match was like, wow, all right. This was actually all right. Well done. Now go away, Jack Swagger.
Yeah.
But see, like, Del Rio, when he first started, like, 2011, was all this hype because he was like, oh, wow, he's a rich guy and he's going to use his money to do stuff. And like his first year, he was like, wow, this guy's amazing. He doesn't, like, just a rich guy and doesn't give a fuck. Yeah, he's got a manservant, and it was cool. But then he just stopped doing, like, the rich guy stuff. So he's just Del Rio. Okay. And he's had this shit feud, so it just became just another guy, which is bizarre. So he would have matches with Sheamus that were really good, but the storyline was so bad. When Sheamus stole his car, that you just wouldn't care. Like, okay. Then he killed Santa. And it's just like, oh, well, if he comes back to WWE, I wonder how long it'll take him to become just another guy on the roster. And it was like 2 weeks.
Yeah. They had the opportunity to do something. Like, he could have, if he would have kept up the U.S. title challenge, like, kept that up and still had these fucking awesome indie-style fucking matches with these other people that just come up out of nowhere. Like, he could have did that or something, But fucking, as far as NXT, I love watching it, but I don't want anybody to fucking leave now at this point. Cause, it seems like they just don't go nowhere. Yeah, you had the crowd Monday, like, everybody's been wanting Sasha, and you get this awesome match with these two chicks, a decent match, good, but the crowd's chanting bored at one point. Like, what the fuck do you want, man?
That crowd was shit.
Yeah.
But we in the UK generally don't, well, I say we, okay, I mean me. We'll get, most American crowds and just think, you guys are so bad. Haha, we're better or anything like that. Well, yeah, we do it anyway. But when we go to see wrestling, we go there with, like, all this enthusiasm to go, like, we're going to have a good time, we're going to chant, we're going to cheer for the guys we like, we're going to boo the guys we don't like. It's like that for the football as well, or the darts. And then you watch American wrestling, and it's just like everyone's sat in their hands going, come on then, impress us, do a flip. It's just like, wow, okay.
Yeah, I completely, I don't know what to say about. Because a lot of crowds here out there definitely disrespectful in some aspects, I guess you would say. But yeah, then you can watch some of the indie crowds, and some of them are a lot fucking better than your mainstream WWE audience sometimes. Oh, it just all depends. You got your different cities that are just fucking shit. But yeah, then I've seen some of them awesome crowds from you guys when they go over there, and they just fucking make the event so much better. When you have an awesome crowd, it just makes it so fucking much better. Like them few, like that wasn't last WrestleMania, it was the WrestleMania before that or whatever. Like, yeah, that crowd after Raw was just fucking, like, goosebumps and shit, yeah.
They always say, like, it's a very European crowd. I'm like, what the hell does that mean?
Yeah.
This crowd is very European. They're all listening to Eurotech.
You ever been to a WrestleMania or what?
No, not yet.
Not yet. I got to go
maybe
to
one day, but it's always, it's like, to get this all...
Way to fuck.
Yeah, right? So...
Yeah. It's like, I don't think they've ever had a WrestleMania over there. You had, your Wembley Stadium events. Like, you had SummerSlam there at one point,
yes.
Where you had Brett and British Bulldog, was it?
That's right, well done. Led to the ring by Lennox Lewis.
There you go. But other than that, it's like, you never had WrestleMania. Fuck. They had it, didn't they have it, they had it in Toronto at one point, I think.
That's right.
Yeah, most of them are.
They've had it, WrestleMania 6.
States.
That's right, WrestleMania 6 with Warrior and Hogan, and then X8 was also in Canada somewhere.
Yeah.
Or Toronto.
Yeah.
It's all Canada to me.
Yeah. So I'm in the States, obviously. I'm way down south in Louisiana, where there's
nice.
swamps and rednecks and alligators. I might not sound like a goddamn Cajun redneck, but shit, I am.
It was good when I came over one time. I was staying at friends in America, and their dad was watching the Cajun crocodile hunters on the History Channel, and they put the subtitles on the screen. And they're like, you can understand the English they're speaking, but they're putting it. I'm like, wait a minute, I can understand these pretty alright, like even from this fucking country. And the guy that was watching was from the South as well, and I was just like, you offended by this? And he was like, yep.
Is that I saw that one day, and I was like, what the fuck, really? Come on now.
The Northerners like, I'm sorry, I don't understand.
It's that stereotypical image of, like, not all, it's only, that's a very small percentage of them that are, kind of like that anyway. Fuck. Cause I've been here my whole fucking life. I was born in Arkansas, but I've been here my whole life, shit.
Ah, cool.
But yeah, I got to go to WrestleMania 30 when it came to New Orleans, which, being my first WrestleMania, it's pretty one that it was pretty definitely memorable. Taker and Brock, like, the streak ending. Okay, definitely being in the crowd live for that, which I've said it plenty of times, but yeah, that shit was fucking, the feeling was definitely unreal. It's like, my jaw dropped and everything, but then I started watching everybody else, and watching everybody else was fucking irritating, cause they show you the picture of that black dude, but there's definitely people that are fucking tripping out way worse than that. It's just that he was that one.
That one guy. But I was in America for convention. It was A&G Kentucky. It was just over the river from Ohio, so I'm like, I didn't realize it was that close, sorry. But yeah, so I was like, I'm going to be in America at the same time as WrestleMania, but I'm not going to be at WrestleMania. So people are like, right, you're going to be outside then trying to break in. I'm like, no, I'm going to be in a different state. But WrestleMania 30 was great.
Yeah. WrestleMania 31, overall, like, I enjoyed the main event. I think they did that right, cause you can't have Brock lose. It's fucking gonna, fucking not show him as a beast. So they kinda did all that shit right, They had some good matches, definitely.
Oh, I thought it was a hell of a WrestleMania, definitely. But in the long run as well, it's weird because they had Roman and Brock. It's like, alright, cool. So, like, we can't have one guy lose and one guy lose. Seth Rollins pinned one of them, which was a great idea. Thought it worked well. But then it's the, like, momentum and where you're going from there. Because then, after that, it was, obviously Roman Reigns is going to feud with someone, so Randy Orton got his shot. Oh, okay, that makes sense, because he beat Seth Rollins in the beginning of the night. That makes sense. But then Roman Reigns never got, like, a one-on-one match with Seth for the title again. He never had a one-on-one match with Brock Lesnar again, so it's just like, forget that main event. Yeah.
It's definitely been a so fucking year because of a lot of the fucking storylines like that. They seem to try to be force-feeding us Roman, but then they don't know what to do because we fucking just started hating on him so fucking much. And then, it's like, alright, well, we're giving you Seth, so try this shit out. And then they try to force-feed us Roman again. But Seth fucking getting injured that was not in the plans at all, so you had to quickly switch it. Like, why even give Sheamus the Money in the Bank in the first place? Like, I think, like, you did not see that nobody would fucking enjoy that at this fucking point?
Yeah, it was the worst option for them, for Money in the Bank. So it was like Neville, who's up and coming, and I fucking love him because he's from my neck of the woods, Newcastle upon Tyne. Who else was there? Roman Reigns. Yeah, cool, get another shot. Yeah, he didn't win. Sheamus, it's just a guy. Had no momentum. Who else is in that match?
Randy Orton, maybe? Guys on the roster like that. I can't.
Wade Barrett, I think.
Remember. So, but you never. Oh no,
that was it.
Perfect.
Kane was in it because I was saying it would be great because I did enjoy the first half of the year. Where it was all these backstage skits with Kane and Rollins just talking, and Kane's like, having to choose between if he wants to punch Rollins in the face or having job security. Liked all that. But it'd be great if Kane wins the Money in the Bank title shot, and then suddenly he's all like nice and polite to Seth. He's like. So Seth's like, how are you, Kane? Can I get you coffee?
Yeah. See, they could have went with that too. Yeah, definitely kind of enjoyed it at first. Well, I pretty much did. Him him kind of going back and forth, switching up from the evil Kane to the other one, just because, it's entertaining storyline-wise, I guess, being a little funny. It's like, fuck, where else are we going to go with? But that never would have been cool, because you got so many people who are behind him and whatnot, even if he didn't win when he cashed it in, they could have had a badass match, and, but, nope, you gotta go with Sheamus, which is, again, probably the worst possible pick out of them guys, and yeah, nobody wanted him to win the title. Look at, they just fucking it up everywhere. Fuck it. Just ICW. Let's talk about that shit. I don't really know much about it. I just I've been hearing about it. Then it seems like it's been blowing up a lot lately from Twitter and everything. Like it's definitely been getting more popular or whatnot.
Yeah, it's hard to explain the appeal as someone who's not from the UK or Scotland, but I mean, I'll try it because you have to understand there's a lot of, Scotland in it, the program.
Yeah.
Like, how can I put this? So, yeah, it's all dark and gritty and sweary and boozy and all this stuff. It's like basically if ECW was in Scotland, but, there's some stuff that basically you have to explain to people. It doesn't translate. Well, like, Scotland, the whole thing is, it is different. It enjoys being different. So one of the negatives that people have about ICW is the fact that the wrestlers don't often look like wrestlers. So some guys just look like could just come down from the pub and let's get in the ring. It's like, that's the appeal. People can relate to that sometimes. It's more of a program you can relate to, if you're a freak or a geek or this or that, as opposed to going to, American wrestling and seeing guys who look like fucking countries in tights, like, wow, isn't that amazing? It's like, yeah, but I can't relate to that guy, can I? I mean, if I could, I would be, performing with him and not fucking paying to watch him. So, so this stuff goes into him, but it's specifically one wrestler called Grado. There's all this other roster that obviously deserve credit, but he's the the Hogan, if you will, or whatever, for one for better thing, because he's the guy that most people come to see. Sometimes it's at the detriment of the program because people are like, no, there's these other wrestlers as well. There's other really talented guys, but people are there to see Grado, and they only want to see Grado. That's it. They want 3 hours of Grado. They'll be happy for them. So Grado's a wrestler who is very, very good at his comedy work. And get the crowd into it. And he has been on TNA this year, but you wouldn't notice unless you were paying attention because he basically did. TNA basically did virtually nothing with him because they did that British boot camp show. It was like one guy will from this pack get employed by TNA, and TNA must looked and went, "Oh, we'll employ the guy who's the most popular at the minute, Grado." But it's like, but it doesn't. Yeah, it's weird. You can't just get him and put him on TV and expect him to we'll make millions now. Yeah, didn't have any hype for him, no promo packages, no, why should I like Grado? It's like, right, yeah, like, you've heard of this guy, right? And Americans are like, no. He's fat.
As I've been saying, about 70-80% of them definitely did not know who he was, yeah.
So it's weird. So, yeah, he's just packed them in with his entrances, his likability, and I was there for, ICW did a show called Fear and Loathing, which is there at WrestleMania. Sold thousands of tickets, which is very nice. It doesn't often happen. It's the most tickets. They did some stat, but then someone said it wasn't. It was like the most tickets bought for a wrestling show since Big Daddy versus Giant Haystacks in the 80s at the Wembley Arena, which is insane. And they're going to do next year one that houses about 10,000 or 8,000, and they've already sold 2,000 tickets. It's on for another year. So, but I was just there for him, and Jesus, man, you can't not get behind a guy when all these thousands of people are cheering him on and stuff like this. So, sorry, I've ranted too much there, but it's the only way to watch it, really full experience in ICW is to come over to Scotland and watch it live.
Yeah, and now they got a video game coming too now.
Yeah, right.
So yeah, it's like shit, man, because I'm all into the wrestling games. I collect wrestling games. You always had people like, I'm gonna collect Super Nintendo games or Nintendo games. Well, I collect wrestling games. So I got about 53 different wrestling games right now.
Nice.
Well, of course, I love the 64, No Mercy and stuff like that. Being my age, I love them games. But there's a lot of Japanese ones that people don't really know about or play, like King of Colosseum or
right. Is that the Dreamcast?
I think they have it on the Dreamcast, but this PS2 is the one.
Whatever. Oh no, sorry, I know.
Yeah, Giant Graham, like 1, 2, 3, and 4, or whatever. Then you got but most people don't know about these fucking games. They know about Fire Pro, but yeah, a lot of them go way deeper, like Wrestle Kingdom 1 and 2. Them some good games too.
Yeah.
But definitely No Mercy. WCW World Tour, WrestleMania 2000, Revenge. Here Comes the Pains. Like, then we're all natural answers. 2K16, they stepped it up a lot from the fucking couple past 2Ks. The creation shit's awesome, so you got a bunch of good creations. And being the era that it went through with the showcase mode, there's a lot of decent people that are in the fucking roster or whatnot. So, I'm happy with that one. But it could be a hell of a lot better. I hate that the wrestling game scene is just WWE, so hopefully, like ICW and these other little ones that are trying to come up actually do good.
Yeah.
Because I'm a fan. If it's a wrestling game, I'll play it.
Oh, exactly. It's like, I liked, because I went back and played a few ones for the...
WrestleFest, how about that one too? Yeah, throw that one
WrestleFest is good, but like, I was at a thing called XP Fest in Hartford, Connecticut this year, and all that people wanted to play was WrestleFest. So I played that fucking thing for hours, and I'm like, okay, I never want to play this game again. You play a game so much, you never want, like, alright, great, yeah, it's great, fine, next. But yeah, it's still awesome, just like with the little finishes and everything, and Earthquake doing the jump. I prefer it to Superstars as well, so that's cool. What was your favourite NES wrestling game? The NES?
Tecmo World Wrestling, I would say, probably. Yeah,
how good is that
I would
game?
say that. What's it?
How good is that game?
It's probably the best one on Nintendo. I would say it plays decently well. You can actually do moves and feel like you're actually doing them compared to some of your other WWF mainstream games and whatnot. They even got a little announcer down there that talks and you kind of
commentator, special moves,
yeah.
Cutscenes.
It's definitely good. But yeah, most of your other Nintendo ones, like your WrestleMania Challenge, Muscle, like they all kind of yeah. Pro Wrestling wasn't too bad too. The regular Pro Wrestling.
No, it's good. I don't think it even compares to the World Wrestling one, but yeah, this was it. You do the little spot where the guy cheats. I forget the name of the characters. Little sea creature thing. Yeah, he cheats, so he's using like a fork, and then he laughs, and then the referee sees him. He's like, "What? No!" It's really amazing to see that in a 80s wrestling game.
Yeah, there's been a lot of good ones over the years. It all depends on really what's your style of play too. Because again, there's people who just hate the Fire Pro type shit where you got to be very precise about, But it's not that goddamn hard as long as you just watch the animation,
Right.
Fire Pro Wrestling Returns, that's definitely a good one on PS2. There's so much customizability, and then you can damn near create anything and everything in that game. But again, some people just don't like the 2D top-down kind of look of it, or whatever that top-down exactly, but yeah.
I get what you mean, yeah.
This is some good shit. Let's see, some horrible ones. Fucking, I don't know, what's the worst wrestling game? Fuck. Yeah. It's like, I could think of a bunch of them, but it's like, I don't know I don't know.
No, I'm really going through my head because I'm being one of these positive people. So like, I'm like, that wasn't that bad. Oh, there's gonna be worse than that, right? But worse.
And then you go, it's like,
one of the shitty Game Boy Advance ones, like the side-scrolling one where you gotta save Stephanie McMahon.
WWF Betrayal.
Something like that.
One of them, that was definitely. Then I was like, it's like, well, they didn't have, the system wasn't power enough to do shit. Oh god, they could have did a lot better than that. Fuck it.
Yeah. Like worst one I've played. I mean, God.
I was looking over here.
Oh, I know. Like it's weird because I was a WWF Warzone Attitude fan until like they couldn't get Attitude. It was really hard to get Attitude for a while because they lost the license midway through the development, so you had to rush development and then basically flood the shops with loads of copies and hope you could buy one, but it sold out pretty quickly for Christmas. So instead, I got WrestleMania 2000, and never went back. Like, I'm like, oh my god, this game is 100 times better than WWF Attitude was. Thank you.
Oh yeah.
But then, so like going back from WrestleMania 2002 Attitude is sort of like oh, okay. No, I don't think that's not fair. No, I can't say that. God, it was its own thing. Worst wrestling game. It's really annoying.
As long as once you figured out how to play it and didn't have to keep pressing start to look at the move list, it got entertaining.
Right.
Yeah.
It's just like trying to be a beat 'em up, like do the button inputs and
and then they did 2 ECW games with that fucking same engine, Hardcore Revolution and ECW Hard Anarchy Rules. Oh shit. Title match pro wrestling. But see, you go back fucking that old, it's like, but that's on Atari, of course it's gonna suck balls.
Yeah, right.
No,
I can't think of one.
WWF Raw wasn't the greatest. WWF Raw 2, okay, well, be glad. They definitely wasn't fucking... It was stiff, it was horrible to play, like, I don't know. But then again, I rented it and fucking loved it, because I was always... If it was a wrestling game, I fucking loved it. Like, most of the games that other people say sucked, I was like, well, it wasn't that bad. It's like Legends of Wrestling series, like, I liked them. Legends of Wrestling Showdown, though, it was real glitchy.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, but see, that one, they at least put 4 classic British wrestlers in for the European launch. So our copies had Big Daddy, Kendo Nagasaki, Giant Haystacks, and I think Mick McManus. It was like, oh, that's cool. And then you play it, you're like, oh, it sucks, but, thanks for the effort.
Yeah. Like, the game fit, like, it looked good for its time and everything. Then you had Tony Schiavone and the other people actually announcing, like, I got hyped for it and shit. Like, oh yeah, bro. But yeah, it was the glitchiest out of the Legends of Wrestling. Like, it just, it was to the point where a lot of it became unplayable, even if you did like the gameplay. Yeah, fuck. It's still kind of fucking with me though. I don't know. Can we throw in that the WWF Twisted Metal game they made? Is that the worst wrestling game?
I'll put it because like there's a few Twisted Metal clones, but none of them are good. Like I've never played one that's been
Crush
better
Hour.
than Twisted Metal. Yeah, that was a Crush Hour. So I watch them going, all right, yeah, cool, yeah, it's a nice idea, but like no one's been able to pull it off, and you go, wow, this is better than Twisted Metal. So yeah, that game was average as fuck.
Nitro and Thunder, they weren't the best.
Oh my god, yeah. Jesus, I think WCW, the other ones post THQ, yeah, Jesus, them, any of them.
Yeah. Mayhem was a little bit better, but then they did Backstage Assault. Okay, so a wrestling game without a wrestling ring. What? Yeah, okay. That's yeah.
What's that period when they're trying to be like all edgy and cool? Like, wouldn't it be great if there was a wrestling game if you did all this? It's like, yeah, but what if you don't like hardcore matches all the time? Like.
Yeah, I was
like, shut up, idiot.
I don't mind hardcore, but damn, all the time.
Yeah,
the character models. Some of the character models in the game just look fucking like some scary movie shit for real though.
Yeah, there's stuff like David Flair's in it. I think J.J. Dillon as security's in there.
Yeah. So probably them. But then again, that's WCW at the end of its life, so fuck. What do you expect to see?
Yeah, it's like picking on a fat kid or something. It's like, come on.
Yeah. And see, I was such a big fan. I would record WCW and like watch WWF and go back. So I was always watching back and forth, and it was sad to see that company just go and fucking die off like it did. And then you see how you try to get these other companies that keep trying to relive WCW, and I guess you would say, TNA kind of did it when they first started, bringing in Scott Hall and all them, and then they did it again later on when they actually got on TV. Yeah, TNA, I hope the best, but what the fuck? They've been just shit. Yeah.
Well, I mean, some of the stuff that TNA's had this year that sucked for them has been just bad luck, but then there are just as many times where it's exactly their fault, so it's weird because it's like, I like, as much as everyone else, like laughing at them, but I'm also like to give them their fair dues. Sorry, how was that translate? Their fair shake. Yeah, there we go. I can speak in American.
Yeah.
So something else is not their fault. Like the Hernandez thing was just bad luck. Them doing TV tapings, like, I don't know, like a month's worth in one day, and it's like, oh, that's all right, and then it's fucked up for whatever reasons. It's like, oh, okay. And like then other wrestlers appear up, on NXT and other things like that. It's like it's hardly their fault if it's not making enough money, but Because I want TNA to succeed, you know. I'd rather have a good wrestling than, you know, just have shite. Yeah, well, let's hope.
Like I said, I wish the best, but yeah, fuck it. It's the more wrestling companies are out there, the more better they do, that's the better for everybody. But yeah, like that you have James Storm on NXT and he's on TNA in the same fucking week. That's definitely some shit. Like, oh, come on now. Yeah, I haven't seen him. Has he been on NXT the past couple shows?
He was on. He appeared again, and that was it. So it was like, hey, look, James Storm, and the crowd went nuts for him. But they haven't. I don't think they can fully sign him up yet. Maybe, I don't know what the situation is. I'm not a fucking mind reader. I
just know he fucking it just popped in my head that I haven't really seen him since then. It's like, what the hell?
Yeah, because it was folks. Let's not bring him back.
Yeah, fucking, I definitely love that product, and I fucking I hope the best for him, and I would love to see him go and like maybe put on another hour, you know. But then again, like no, what they're
it's
doing.
Yeah,
that's what. Yeah, exactly. That's why it's like I go back and change my mind. Like, nah. I love it how it is. It's like, yeah, man, fucking everybody's like, oh yeah, man, they're going to come up and want to go up to the full roster, then they do nothing with them. Alright, Kevin Owens has been like the one person that has gone from NXT to the main roster and actually did some shit. Oh god, I was so surprised about that too. that he actually
it was great. I was there with people.
Like,
I was there with people, and it was like, holy shit! Like we were just run up and down, like, you know, like a fucking Mexican World Cup celebration. Oh my god! The big fat guy that we all can relate to. Yeah, you know. So
yeah, I'm definitely a fan. I was a fan of him coming from Ring of Honor. You know, him and Generico doing your ladder war matches and shit like that. And,
right.
Yeah,
that was the one Ring of Honor pay-per-view I've seen was you know, them two doing the fight without honor or
yeah. So fucking I don't keep up with it, you know, like all the time, but I definitely like the Ring of Honor product. I'm a fan of fucking the Briscoes, fucking them fuckers, or
them boys.
Else. Yeah, them boys. Yeah, like a fucking. It's just so much wrestling to keep up with at this point, I guess you would say, and not enough time with work and stuff.
So much wrestling, so little time.
Yeah. It's like I would love to watch everything and you know, fucking all, even over there, like your British shows and shit like that. Like I definitely, I know about shit. I'll watch any documentary stuff, so I have watched documentaries about British wrestling and how, you know, it used to be big, then it went away and it wasn't as, you know, then it came back, so Big Daddy and Hate and all that shit. And
there's been a few good ones the last few years. Like, I know, like Vice has done one. There was one about wrestling's golden eras and stuff. Like, it's cool that Americans have a look at it, but it's cool.
That's how I learned about Grado, because Vice did a thing about him. Yeah,
she sometimes makes little appearances over sees for little like I don't know, what was it? Was it AIW one time?
Yeah. Then him and Colt Cabana had that little feud, so he was on the podcast, so they had that shit too going. Like I definitely knew about him and his antics and everything way before they brought him to TNA.
They toured in ICW as the tag team because he's Scottish and, you know, he's called Cabana as Iron Jew because they love the drink Iron Brew, which I don't think you can get over in America. I don't know, but yeah. So
I don't.
If you have to explain it, it's not cool. But whatever.
Yeah, I feel you on that. But I'm a fan of the podcast. I listen to his podcast. But as far as like watching Cabana wrestle, like I don't watch him wrestle that often. I guess. Never really know about any of his shit that's going on. I guess I did get to when he came down to New Orleans at WrestleMania time, and him, Cliff Compton, and I think it was Marty Del Rosa. They held a movie watching or whatever.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. It was about 20, 30 of us, and we all watched Ready to Rumble together with them three guys. Fucking awesome.
Nice, man.
I love that. And because they sat there and did, like, you know, comedy bits on the microphone and talk shit about the movie the whole time. Yeah. So it was definitely fucking funny as shit. Yeah, doing that and going to WrestleMania is definitely a badass weekend for me. I enjoyed that shit. But yeah, alright, so What's your final thoughts on this year with WWE?
Well, I would say wrestling in general. If you're just a WWE fan, 2015 was probably really disappointing. If you're a wrestling fan, there were shitloads of good things. You know, Cesaro Roman Reigns was great. WrestleMania 31 was great. The New Day of being a breath of fresh air. I think I've said that, but it's good enough to say twice.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
What else? PWG had a middling start to the year and then got really fucking good when Super Dragon returned. Everybody else. Was that?
That Bola,
yes.
The Bola, that fucking show was awesome. Even if you don't watch anything, if you just watch that, it's some awesome fucking wrestling.
With all the Europeans, it's just fantastic. Yeah. Obviously, I'm completely biased.
Oh shit, I would be too, fuck yeah.
Yeah, anything with, anything beyond wrestling, had stuff like Chris Dickinson, Nick Cage got out of prison.
Lucha Underground.
Shit, yeah, because I was actually this year, right? I forget.
Yeah, that was fucking awesome.
One season. I fucking love Lucha Underground. It took me ages to get into it because someone was like, watch this Lucha program. And I went,
yeah.
I don't like Lucha programs, to be honest with you, because it's all just, it's bizarre. It's like, it's completely different to like, American or British wrestling where it's just sort of flip. But the crowds are not really into it. When I watch it, the crowd's like, whatever. I'll do like a 450 shooting star press, double turn, moonsault. The guy will be like, whatever. I've seen better.
Yeah.
But yeah, Lucha Underground was amazing, and I'm completely wrong.
Oh yeah, that's pretty much how it kind of was with me too. Not that I didn't like Lucha style wrestling, I just didn't watch it at first when it first came out. Then I started, kind of pretty much watching all the shows back to back at one point. And I kind of got into it right at the fucking end. It's like, man, this shit was fucking awesome. Like, why, oh god, I missed out. But yeah, so I'm definitely glad that they got confirmed for a second season. Rey Mysterio is gonna be over there. Who else did they announce? I think then it was I forget. Fuck it, whatever. At this point, though, in Rey's life, yeah, it's like at this point, though, in Rey's life, it's fucking like he's not the same, but it's just he's a former star, so it's gonna be that. I don't know. WWE probably held him back a lot too. Like, nah, man, your knees are fucked, so you can't do shit. So nah, we're not gonna let you. So it'll be interesting to see.
It's the best though if your knees are fucked. I mean.
Oh yeah, well they are. Fuck it, yeah, dude. Man. Overall, for wrestling in general, like I said, there's definitely a lot of good shit out there this year. WWE though, if you want to go with them, like they had a lot of good matches, a lot of good shit. As far as storylines, that was up and down. I would say up and down. It definitely could have been a lot better, but they had to work with what they had. They have a lot of stars that are just floundering in the mid card that could be so much better that the crowd fucking will get behind no matter fucking what. Like Cesaro and shit. It's like, what, you don't push him because he's not good on the mic? Well, give him Paul Heyman again. Do some shit like that. Look, Paul fucking Heyman loves him. They got so much shit they could do, but I don't know. But yeah, alright, well I guess we're gonna get out of here because we have been going for about an hour. Yeah, there you go, people. That's a little conversation with Matthew. I hope you enjoyed it, man. Hands. Just like I said, we just bullshit, man. I'm not real professional about things. It's just
me and Terrible fuck.
Alright, well, as always, I hope you guys enjoyed this shit, and we are out this bitch. Later, people.
Bye-bye. Fuck.
Motherfucker, now I'm here. What up, world? Legs in the sky when I'm up in your girl. Never said that I was a winner. I was more like a sinner who would cheat for a dinner in the middle of the winter. If it meant I could get on with summer, my bad. I'm just trying to be me. Hope y'all see when you see me on the TV or a city. And I'm nice like a heater, cause I write like a minute. I ain't trying to be a heater, but I flow like a heather and conceited and see me in hell. Me, I mean, well, yeah. Water, otter, blood of the sun and the love of the father. Hey, Mr. G, I'm in love with your daughter.